and basically forgot it until just a few minutes ago, and it was too late. But I will bring that to you next time. You have a fundraiser report. Energy report I thought was very positive. If you look at what we're doing with energy, as a matter of fact, Estill Springs, I was always afraid. Estill Springs seemed to always had a good record in terms of energy usage, but we also knew that we had a system that was 30 years old that was failing. And back before, when we approved West Irvin, the middle school and the high school as Energy Star schools, we made the decision not to approve Estill Springs because of the fact that we knew it was in such bad shape. But now, after the renovation, it qualifies. West Irvin still qualifies as an Energy Star school. So we're in the process of applying for Energy Star certification again for both of those schools. Jeremy's been working on that with our architect and also with our engineer on those projects. So our current engineer, they weren't the architect or the engineer on the West Irvin project, but our current engineer on our project. So that should happen here within the next couple of months, and we'll have a presentation for those two Energy Star schools. But if you look at that report, what's exciting about that is the amount of money that we're saving in our school district with in terms of energy. And I tell you, the thing that I like to look at is that this past month we saved $3,800 over last year's bill, and for the year we're at $27,000. That's money that we can use to provide a better education for our kids. So that's good news. Don't forget the KSBA Winter Symposium. I know you all, that usually starts on a Friday on the 21st and runs through Sunday on the 23rd. I know that we need to start making plans now, work schedules and different things, so that you'll be able to go. And usually if you work with Felicia on that, and she'll help you, and we'll plan out, and you can usually complete all your hours during that time, and you don't have to worry about going back in terms of receiving board training unless there's just something that you want to go to. And finally, I didn't get this in the packets to begin with, but I do want you all to consider over the next few months, we'll talk about it again. Felicia and I are going to sit down and go through. I actually used the KSBA system as part of my work with the Kentucky High School Athletic Association. We use that system. It's totally online, so instead of you all having to come into the board office and pick up a packet and us run off 50, 100 pages of paper for you all to go through, we can actually build the agenda in this system, and you can just add one attachment and you can go to it and you can see the attachments. The public can also log in and see that stuff. If there's something we want to make private, if there's something in there that's private, it can be made private that only the board members can see, but you load the documents, everything's there. Felicia doesn't have to make 20 packets. I want her to feel comfortable with it. I see what she has to do to struggle to make those packets and to have to run off all that paperwork and everything like that, and I think it will save her some time, but we're going to sit down here in the next few days. Insurance is about to wrap up. And it's been a struggle for some of us to get the things done that we need to do, but I think it will be able to give her back some time as well once she feels comfortable with it. Based on calculations that I've looked at, it's $2,500 for the first year, but we'll spend $2,500 if you just take her salary and the amount of time it takes her to get ready for a board meeting, plus the packet. If you were charging the going rate at 10 cents a copy, it doesn't take long to figure out that 20 packets at 100 pages is about, it's a couple $1,000s, I mean, it doesn't take long for it to add up. I mean, over a year's time, it's about $200 a meeting just for the board packet. So that's $1,200 right there, not including her time. So I just want you all to know we're going to look into it, and may very well come back to you if once we feel comfortable. We may try to shoot for a March or April meeting, and they'll come down and they'll train you all. We can start maybe like at 4 o'clock or maybe 5 o'clock and start and have a little bit of a training, and then They'll lead us through the first one and sort of walk us through it and make sure everybody feels comfortable with it. Like I said, I use it. I've never loaded it, but if it's one of those things that Felicia would load the documents, she loads it one time. She keeps one copy for a hard copy in the office, and there's no paper. It's paperless. It's easy. I can help load documents. I don't have to send her a document to load. I can go in there and I can load a document. We won't give everybody the ability to load documents, but
They trust you loading documents.
I load documents all the time. I don't know why they wouldn't trust me, but it can be very loaded, by the way, but no, I tell you what, a lot of the stuff we do with the superintendent mentoring program and the superintendent onboarding program that I had to participate in with KSA, I had to upload documents all the time. So it's one of those things, it's not hard to do. It's matter of fact, once it's set up, we've already got the Chromebooks that you can use to do it. It's not going to cost anything for computers or anything along that line. So you all can access everything, and instead of me having to email you something at the last minute, we can upload it and you've got direct access. So we'll still try to get the board agendas out by Friday before the meeting, but we mail a packet to our board attorney. What does that usually cost us every? $6. So it's $6, to our board attorney. Every time we have a meeting, we'll have at least 12, but usually we have about 20. I mean, that's $120 worth of postage you'll save, because all he has to do is go in. He's got to log in. He logs in. He can see everything that's there. So I may very well bring that back to you, but that is the superintendent's report. And I don't know if any of the board members have anything.
Do you two have anything?
I do not.
No? I make a motion that we go into closed session. All in favor?